When you put on Apple Vision Pro, you see your world and everything in it.
It's easy for Apple to do an intro like that. They have a budget of millions. My budget is zero. In fact, with the price dips, I owe them money. I don't have a budget. I'll recreate this anyway. When you put on Inspector Mindblow on YouTube, your whole day gets better. You laugh a little bit, you smile, and then you cry, because you remember that crypto is crashing. But it's not all so bad. I asked my assistant to compile a list of VR games that we're gonna review together and see if there's any play-to-earn games for the virtual reality that we can check out. If you don't have a VR headset, fear not, because I asked the assistant clone specifically to put on a list of VR games that you can also play like normal on your PC. So it's a combination of both VR and regular gaming, I would guess. And all of them are play to earn, all of them have NFTs. At least I hope he compiled a list of games that have NFTs. If they don't have NFTs, they're regular games. Sorry, I was just talking to the clone. You wanna go into the clone pit? Shut up. Alright, my name is the Inspector, you're about to be mind blown. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe so you never miss out on future videos. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show on the road. Alright, first of all, a game called Boss Fighters. It is in the alpha stages right now, and it'll be available for PC and for VR. It is built on the Solana network, and this is one of my favorite premises when it comes to VR games, because you play against a player that's in VR, and you and your squad are on PC. So the VR player is like a boss, and here's some of the gameplay. So the VR player is like a big boss that you need to take down. So you play with your squad on your PC, and you try to take down the big boss, which is the player that plays in VR. And the perspective from the VR is just so cool. You feel like you're an actual monster destroying everything around you, and then on PC you don't really feel overpowered at all. You don't feel like you have that much to give, but you do have a squad. You need to have a tactic, and you need to bring the boss down. So the game will be essentially free to play, so almost all the items can be received for gameplay activities or bought with the in-game currency that you earn while playing. However, players that wish to embrace the advantages of the blockchain technology are also able to expand their success and compete for larger prize pools. Since the assistant clone doesn't do any research, he just finds stuff for me. I have to go through the white paper now. I want to figure out how the play-to-earn mechanic works. You can't even rely on clones anymore. Gotta do everything yourself, you know? I really need to expand my team a little bit, but considering that I owe money to the market because of the dips, I can't really afford a team, so I do everything on my own and the free labor clones. But basically what it says right here, it is free to play, and it has a free and premium cosmetic item model. So you can collect, buy, upgrade, and trade your battle-earned trophies. Now the thing that it doesn't say right away right here is the items you get in-game for playing for free, can you also sell them? I guess you can. Are they going to be less valuable? I would guess they will be less valuable than the ones that you get when you're an NFT player. Partnered up with big time with Seedify, some great projects that we have taken a look at before. They partnered with Engine Starter, Fractal, great Fractal, also that works with Eve.io and many games that we covered on this channel before. Launchpool Labs, so really Miria as well, Opensea. All right, well this is amazing. The only thing that I would like is to read through the white paper and see the tokenomics and everything. Ha! Found it! Here's the white paper. All right, let's check it out. All right, first of all, the roadmap. They want NFT item rewards, of course, we already knew that. Several staking features. Be wary about staking. The SEC is going everything that has the word stake in it at this day and age. So the Boss Fighter Rowdy's NFTs is the first of 3 NFT character avatars. Each NFT stands for a specific premium pass program. And so with this one, with the NFT, you get special perks, like free collectible NFTs. VR headsets will be raffled. Okay, that's pretty cool. And just some basic things like early in-game access and stuff. You don't really get paid before everyone else when you have it. They do have a token, the BFT token. That's what I was going after, man. So it is gonna be play to earn. Hell yeah. All right, why was this so hard to find? Why wasn't this information just on the website? So participating in battles in any game mode as a fighter or as a boss will get you the BFT token. That is great. All right, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you very much. Moving on to the next game. We got a MOBA. The next game is a MOBA. You heard me right. A MOBA for VR. It is called F-Tribe Fighters. What is it with VR games and fighters in the title? Anyway, this game is developed for mobile platforms with console quality graphics, free to play and play to earn, and the support of AR and VR headsets for an interactive metaverse. So you can immerse yourself in this world, earn XP and loot rewards, so for phones and for VR headsets and also AR. Alright. Let's take a deeper dive into what this actually is. So it's a MOBA. I can't really understand how this works. The assistant clone didn't do a good job of researching everything. So how would... Just give me the white paper. So the ecosystem comprises of a couple games. So it's not just a MOBA. It's a couple games. You can't really play a MOBA in VR. Well, I guess you can, but it wouldn't really work that well because anyone who plays on PC or phones would obliterate you. So they have the MOBA. Then they have the Clash of F-Tribe, which is an idle game, the NFT marketplace, DeFi platforms, and so on. I don't like that and so on in the white paper. It's the white paper, give me the full picture, don't do and so on. So it is gonna be free to play, and it is going to be play to earn, as it said multiple times on multiple occasions on the website, on playtoearn.net, and even in the white paper. So it is going to be free to play and play to earn 100%. Now, as far as the roadmap goes, they haven't updated it to 2023. Half of 2023 has passed, and they haven't updated this. Not good. NFT items goes as far as weapons, gears, upgrades, and features go. And then something I also really want to check out is the reward system. So let's check out, first of all, free to play. The free to play model, you'll have 100 stamina per day. Per match will cost you 10 stamina, so you'll have 10 games per day if you play for free, and you can refill your stamina by watching advertising. Okay, that's a pretty cool model. That's something I actually do like, so you don't necessarily have to buy an NFT. You can just watch an advertisement and they get paid anyway, as if you were buying an NFT, right? So they get some money and you get to continue playing for free. So that's something I can appreciate. So the more skill you have, the higher your rank on the leaderboards, and the more valuable NFT rewards you can obtain in the play to earn mode. All right, now let's see the play to earn mode. Players need at least one NFT item to participate in the play to earn feature and make money by playing the MOBA. So you can earn FMC every match, and the NFT will also give you more power to increase your chances to reach a higher rank on the leaderboard and obtain even more NFT rewards. So you can start playing for free, work your way up, get some NFTs, and then start the play to earn model. So when you play for free, you don't necessarily earn, but in a way you do, because you do earn the NFT that then allows you to play to earn, right? And you can purchase it directly on their marketplace. That's great. I like it. They have the 2 tokens. On the Binance Smart Chain, we're not going to go too in-depth as far as the tokenomics go. What we are going to do is move on to the next game, which is Mars in VR. Hell yeah, I like that. So Mars in VR, it's a Web3 platform developed with AR and VR technologies in mind, allowing you to earn active income while you colonize Mars. Sign me up. Those of you who follow this channel and watch most of the videos, you know, I love me some space. I love me some Mars. One day I will go to Mars, as crazy as that sounds. There you go. That's one of my life goals. So it's something that's very important to me, and I like games that explore colonizing Mars. So this game is built on the Binance Smart Chain. It's available for web, iOS, and Android. And again, the phones plus VR, I don't understand how this is going to work, but as far as it says right here, it allows players to build and manage their colonies using unique NFTs, providing an AR and VR gaming experience. Finally, a game that has updated their roadmap for 2023. So we have for Q3 of 2023, we have the VR Mars Academy, whatever that is, the Citizenship ID Mint, the land sale, and then more NFT sales, metaverse sales, and that's as far as the roadmap goes. I don't see an official release date of the game on the roadmap, so I guess it's going to be next year. It's not going to happen in 2023. But as far as the tokenomics go, 16% to the team. Community rewards, 35%. Not the best tokenomics in the world, but, you know, I like your mission. I like that you're doing this on Mars. And I guess the early alpha versions are already available right now. The cinematic trailer looks great. Would love to see some gameplay. But if there is any gameplay, the editor, which is me, from the future, we'll put this on the screen. If there's no gameplay, then it's very sus, because right here it says download the game for Windows. When I click on it, it says it can't be reached. So something you gotta work on. VR Mars, something you gotta work on. I really want to see some gameplay because this looks really cool. But it's definitely a game to keep on your radars. With that being said, last but not least, we got Zenith, available for Steam VR, Oculus Rift, and PlayStation VR. Great. That is just great. It is an MMO, so a VR MMORPG. As I said, last but not least, this might be the most exciting game on this list. It's a thrilling anime and JRPG-inspired VR MMO. That's a mouthful. Of course, it's open world. It's an action game. You can climb and fly anywhere. You play it in VR. It's been featured on IGN, on Eurogamer, on Forbes, on TechCrunch. Wow, that's great. Good for you. There's epic loot, whether you're cracking open a loot chest, obtaining a quest reward, or just fighting random enemies. Zenith provides you vast riches if you're willing to venture into the world. That's all cool and fine, but now something that everybody here wants to see. How does the play to earn work? I clicked on the jobs tab because I thought it's gonna be jobs that you can do in the game, but they're actually hiring so you can apply for a job. That's not what I wanted. But I mean, if you have any of these expertise, I guess you can apply for a job for them, and then you can explain to me how the play to earn works. This might be one of the most exciting VR MMOs I have seen. And I was just now wondering, I was thinking in my mind, should I just scratch this part of the video, maybe leave it in, maybe someone who actually has a VR headset is intrigued by this and wants to try it out? Why would I remove it? Why would I remove this from the video? Well, I couldn't find any evidence whatsoever that this is a blockchain game. This is the first time this has happened to me. It was on my list for VR games, for play to earn VR games for some reason. And apparently it is not even on the blockchain. How did that happen? I don't know. I'm gonna blame the assistant clone. But on one hand, I'm confused. On the other hand, I'm like, maybe I should just keep this in. You know, maybe I should. I mean, it's the end of the video. Less than 50% of people watch this part of the video anyway, sometimes less than 20%. So for those of you that have stayed, if this is something you find interesting, I mean, go for it, check it out. I don't think you'll be able to earn anything in this game except if you want to apply for a job for them. I will get to the bottom of this as to why this was on my list, but I kind of feel like maybe it is play to earn since it was on my list, but I just can't find any white paper, any tokenomics. I can't find anyone who I follow from the crypto world that follows them on Twitter either. So I don't think it's an actual blockchain game. I guess I'm just confused. Well, I hope you're not mad at me for keeping this in the video, because I'm definitely gonna keep this in the video. One thing I'm gonna say for sure is something like this is never gonna happen again, because the assistant clone is never gonna do research for me again. I will do my own research from now on. But I guess if you like VR games and you want to check out a VR MMO that looks really, really good, you can check this out. Other than that, the other games are all play to earn. We've seen the tokenomics. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I guess I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Spectre out.